Good evening. You're now with me, Handy Gui, for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. CCUS bill expected to be passed in Parliament this December, paving the way for cross-border carbon trading involving Sarawak. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Raman Johari Tun Openg confirms negotiations with PETRONAS on gas distribution have concluded. And in world news, Hezbollah Secretary General Naim Qasim says he is open to a potential truce with Israel under acceptable terms. The Carbon Capture, Utilisation and Storage CCUS bill is expected to be passed in Parliament this December, opening the door for cross-border carbon trading involving Sarawak next year. Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Raman Johari Tun Openg revealed that the legislation requires the federal government to be a signatory to international conventions to protect national interests in carbon trading.
Apa yang perlu ialah di-harmonise the new law, the federal law, which will look after the federal interest. The federal interest meaning, kerana kalau carbon datang ke Sarawak, somebody has to transport the carbon. So that we call it the cross-border transport. Has to be looked by federal government. Kerana federal government is the signatory based on international convention lah. Tapi daripada source-nya, apabila datang ke Sarawak, that is ours.
Abang Johari also stressed that Sarawak's laws will remain in effect, particularly concerning carbon storage within the region.
Apabila store dalam kita pun tanah, then it has to comply with our state law. Jadi international transport it's under federal lah. And the federal government is a signatory to London Protocol. This international transport. Jadi harmonise antara dua.
Previously, the Premier indicated that the Sarawak government will collaborate with the federal government on cross-border transport for CCUS while managing other aspects according to its jurisdiction. This issue was addressed with Economy Minister Rafizi Ramli at the 7th anniversary dinner of PETROS on Wednesday, where it was decided that offshore carbon storage in Sarawak will be overseen by PETROS as the state's resource manager.
Now, Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Raman Johari Tun Openg has confirmed that negotiations with PETRONAS regarding gas distribution have concluded. He noted that PETRONAS was given 3 months to discuss gas distribution with PETROS. Abang Johari stressed that while in principle, PETRONAS has agreed to designate PETROS as the sole distributor, no official documents have been issued as of now.
Bermaknanya kita akan teruskan usaha kita sebagai aggregator dan formulanya, detailnya akan dibincang lebih lanjut. In principle-nya, setuju bahawa gas, the only aggregator is PETROS. Ya, je.
A total of 40 tourism-related companies in Sarawak appointed as agents to manage the SWA Malaysia My Second Home SMM2H program must apply for a new license from the Sarawak government through the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts MTCP. State Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Minister Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said this license is necessary for companies to participate as official SMM2H agents in Sarawak.
They are more or less in the know. That is the reason why we have the PC today. So that the industry players are in the know, so that Kuala Lumpur is in the know, so that Sabah is in the know. How Sarawak punya SMM2H. So they have to apply to us. If they are not keen to be in this business, they did not have to apply. But I can tell you it's a lucrative business.
He said this while chairing a meeting on enhancements to the SMM2H program and the new licensing requirements for SMM2H agents in Kuching earlier today. Previously, the Federal Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture had transferred authority to Sarawak to manage the program as stated in a letter issued on July 2nd. This transfer represents a key milestone for MTCP, allowing it to expand its role in SMM2H, including not only application processing but also agent licensing.
Sarawak Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development Minister Datuk Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom revealed that the draft amendment to the SWA Fisheries Ordinance 2003 is now nearing completion. He highlighted that establishing a fisheries department is critical in regulating Sarawak's deep sea resources spanning about 1,000 square kilometres.
Once the Sarawak Fisheries Department is established, Sarawak will have full authority to manage its marine resources, including fishing activities, licensing and enforcement. The department will enforce fines on fishermen who carry out deep sea fishing in shallow waters reserved for small-scale fishermen.
Jadi sekarang saya berharap mungkin dalam setahun dua ini kita akan dapat melakukan jabatan menubuhkan jabatan tersebut. Kerana sekarang kita lihat di Sabah dia sudah ada, di Sarawak saja tidak ada. Kita pasal bergantung pada LKM dan sebagainya. Jadi kita punya nelayan masa depan tidak akan terjamin kalau tak dikawal dengan betul. Kerana kita ada peringkat deep sea fishing, kelas C2 dan sebagainya, kelas yang biasa. Kadang-kadang yang perahu bot yang besar, dia juga boleh pergi ke tempat yang cetek. Ini akan menjejaskan pendapatan nelayan-nelayan bot kecil.
He said this following the Sarawak Veterinary Services Department 2024 Integrity Day event in Kuching earlier today. Also present were the advisor of the Sarawak Premier's Office, Food Industry, Commodities and Regional Development, Tan Sri William Mawam Icon, Director of Sarawak Veterinary Services, Datuk Dr. Adrian Susin Ambud, and Deputy Director of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, Wan Muhammad Wan Rahman.
Lebanon's Prime Minister announced that a U.S. envoy has proposed a potential ceasefire in the Israel-Hezbollah conflict ahead of the November 5th U.S. elections. In response, Hezbollah's Secretary General Naim Qassem expressed openness to a truce under acceptable terms. However, he said no viable agreement has been presented so far.
Qassem's statement coincided with Israel's Security Cabinet meeting on a possible truce as Israel launched an attack on Baalbek, Lebanon, and reportedly killing a senior Hezbollah commander.
إذا قرر الإسرائيلي أنه يريد إيقاف العدوان نحن نقول نقبل لكن بالشروط التي نراها مناسبة ومؤاتية. لن نستجدي وقف إطلاق النار، كفين نحن مش ناطرين قد ما طول ما في نتيجة لأنه لم يطرح إلى الآن مشروع توافق عليه إسرائيل ويكون قابل لأن نناقشه.
Qasim assumed leadership of the Iran-backed Hezbollah on Tuesday following the assassination of his predecessor Hassan Nasrallah in an Israeli airstrike last month. In his first address, he asserted Hezbollah's capacity to resist Israeli air and ground assaults in Lebanon for months. Previously, Hezbollah had said it will cease attacks on Israel only if a Gaza ceasefire was reached. However, on Wednesday, Qasim indicated the group would consider a ceasefire under appropriate and suitable conditions without mentioning Gaza. Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati linked a potential truce to the implementation of the UN resolution that ended the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah war. Security Council Resolution 1701 mandates only Lebanese army and UN peacekeeper presence in the southern Lebanon alongside the withdrawal of Israeli forces.
Taiwan has shut down as Super Typhoon Kong-Ray approached, closing markets, cancelling flights and declaring a day off island-wide. Expected to be the largest storm in 30 years, the typhoon will bring severe winds and up to 1.2 meters of rain as it hits the east coast. With 36,000 troops on standby and 4,500 residents evacuated, authorities advise the public to avoid mountainous and coastal areas. Meanwhile, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company has activated storm protocols, reporting minimal impact expected on operations. Typhoon Kong-Ray is forecast to weaken after crossing Taiwan and enter the Taiwan Strait, heading towards China. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.